Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, I want to make this straight. Look, David Benavidez has come out that Canelo Alvarez is interested in money. And he's not interested in fighting the best. I'm at this point where I make all these videos, trying to justify, trying to think. I make videos and think I'm quite logical and I'm making quite sense. And I don't think it's hard for people to understand what I'm saying, but people still disagree. And I look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, how they view things and how they view things in life. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to yours. And Christian, look, I've got a lot of love for Christian. I like Christian. I feel like me and him have good and back and forth. Like, what you guys don't know, me and Christian talk on Messenger, and I talked to him. Christian said to me that, Imran, you're part of the problem because you don't call out Canelo. You don't call out Canelo and you accept the BS that he does. But the problem I have is this, is that I'll say this to Christian. Why don't you call out the rubbish that Benavidez is doing, that Charlo is doing, that all those guys? Why is it always Canelo that gets the rap? Canelo has one of the best resumes. Christian went through Canelo's resume, and hopefully I'll get Christian on in a video and he can explain what he said. He broke down and he ripped Canelo's resume. Okay, you can rip Canelo's resume. I can go through any fighter's resume in the history of sport of boxing, right? Any fighter you want me to, I can destroy their resume. It's not hard to do. When you have knowledge about boxing, you can destroy any boxer's resume. Oh, he was past his best. Oh, he was drained. Oh, he was injured. Oh, he was... Like, I can do that about every fighter. You can easily diminish anyone's resume. So when Christian did a list of all the guys that Canelo's fought and said, oh, Cotto was past his best, Kovalev was past his best, or Khan moved up 2 weight classes, he was a glass chin. What do you call it? Kirkland was a journeyman. All this stuff that Christian does. Got something stuck on my throat. I'm just so agitated. When you say things like that, oh, he was past his best, or he was coming up weight, or he was drained, or he was this, that. You could do that about any fighter. You could literally do that about any fighter. But you know what problem I have with boxing? You know what problem I have with boxing? Is the fact that Benavidez is saying Canelo's not interested in fighting the best. Yet his next fight is against Bivol, who is the light heavyweight champion. And this is the hypocrisy, right? So Canelo's next fight is against Bivol, who is in most people's eyes the best guy that Canelo could fight, right? And then Christian made a point that Imran, he hasn't cleaned up. I agree with him. I agree with you, Christian, on that. That Canelo hasn't cleaned up at 168. There's guys there that for him to fight. I would love to see him do that. But there's nothing to say that Canelo's not going to go back there and do that. But the point I'm making is this. Look at these guys saying Canelo's not willing to fight the best, right? These guys are saying Canelo's not willing to fight the best. But yet he's fighting Bivol. Are we honestly trying to say Benavidez and Charlo would beat Bivol? Are we honestly saying that Benavidez and Charlo beat Bivol? Are you having a laugh? Bivol is a light heavyweight champion, a really, really top fighter. Even Christian admitted that to me. He said he is a good fighter, very good fighter. So how can we knock Canelo? Yeah, his fight after that might be against Golovkin and you might not be interested in that. Okay. But the next fight is against Bivol. And Bivol's a light heavyweight champion. Surely you can't be unhappy with that. But David Benavidez's next fight is Lemieux. Why isn't he fighting Andrade? Where's the pressure on him? Why is it always on Canelo? Why isn't David Benavidez fighting Caleb Plant? Why isn't David Benavidez fighting Andrade? Right? Andrade's already said, what, didn't David Benavidez says he wants more money, or his manager was saying they want more money to fight Andrade? They want more money to fight Andrade than Canelo. How does that work? This is stuff that I'm hearing, right? You guys are telling me about. So why is Canelo getting criticized? Why is Canelo always getting criticized for his resume? But then these guys who have the opportunity to fight one another don't fight one another. Charlo and Andrade. Why didn't that get made? That was a fight I was interested in. But Canelo's giving me a great fight. Okay, whether you think the Golovkin and the fight he's going to have in December, Canelo's next fight is against Bivol. He's giving us a great fight. He's giving us a great fight. He's giving us a great fight next. But Andrade's fighting Zach Parker next. David Benavidez is fighting Lemieux next. Charlo's gonna fight someone else next. So they're not giving me the fights that I want. Canelo's giving me the fight that I want to see against Bivol. He's giving me a good fight. Why isn't Benavidez, Andrade, why aren't they giving me the fight that I want to see? I want to see them two fight. But they're not giving me the fight that I want. But Canelo's giving me a fight that I want to watch. I want to watch the Bivol fight. It's a great fight. But Andrade's fighting Zach Parker. Charlo's last fight was against Montiel, if I'm not mistaken. Benavidez's last fight was against what? Kyron Davis? Come on. How can you criticize Canelo when you're fighting the level of opponents you're fighting? And he's fighting Bivol. He's fighting Bivol. You're fighting Lemieux. Andrade's going to fight Zach Parker. Charlo's probably going to fight, I don't know who he's going to fight. Come on. His last fight was against Montiel. Like, oh my God. But yet, Canelo's the one getting criticized for fighting Bivol. And he's not fighting the best. Yet Bivol would be favorite to beat all of those names. Andrade, Charlo, and, you know, if you were to do a poll, Bivol would be favorite to win against any of those guys. Like, how can, like, Canelo's last fight, okay, let's put it this way. Canelo's last fight was against Caleb Plant, right? Caleb Plant is better than anyone David Benavidez has fought, is better than anyone that Andrade's fought, and David Benavidez is better than anyone Caleb Plant is better than anyone Charlo's fought. So they haven't even got one win on their resume as good as Caleb Plant. They haven't even fought anybody as good as Caleb Plant. And by the way, Caleb Plant has a chance of beating all of them. I honestly do not understand why people, people say I'm part of the problem. Like I'm criticizing. I'm not criticizing Canelo, but how can I criticize Canelo? It would be absurd for me to criticize a guy that's next fight is a fight that I want to see. I want to see him fight Bivol. That's a great fight. But Demetrius Andrade's next fight is against Zach Parker. I'm not interested. And Benavidez is Lemieux. I'm semi-interested in that one. Charlo's next fight, if it's not Plant, you might as well forget about it. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Canelo's giving me fights that I want to see, that I'm excited about. I was excited to see Canelo v Billy Joe Saunders. I was excited to see Canelo v Caleb Plant. I'm excited to see Canelo v Bivol. I'm not excited with Andrade's next fight. I'm not excited with David Benavidez's next fight. Semi-excited. And I wasn't excited when Charlo fought Montiel. I'm not excited. I'm excited with Jamel Charlo fighting Brian Castano. I'm very excited. Because that's a fight. That's a proper fight. I'm excited. As a boxing fan, I'll give credit when it's due. I'll give credit where it's due. Jamel Charlo, I'll give him immense credit. He's fighting Brian Castano, a fight that I want to see. I'll give people credit. This is not anything to do with a race matter, nothing. I'll give anyone credit. Mayweather, I give him credit. Mayweather fought everybody. I don't care. Mayweather fought everyone. I don't care about draining weight. I don't care. He fought everyone. His record is legit. He fought everyone that he needed to fight in his era. We need to stop this nonsense. We need to stop this nonsense about continuing to criticize Canelo when these guys are not fighting one another. Look, when you hear people like David Benavidez, or you hear the stuff that we hear, that, oh, you know, he wants more money to fight Andre. Like, do you not get, like, that's just, that, like, how can Benavidez say that Canelo's not willing to fight the best? So basically, David Benavidez is saying he's the best. He's better than Bivol. He's better than Billy Joe. He's better than... on what basis? On what basis? When Canelo fought Callum Smith was the #1 super middleweight in the world. He had the Ring Magazine belt. He was, on paper, the #1. Not Benavidez. Benavidez is not on paper now. People may think, well, Callum Smith's a paper champion or whatever. But the fact on paper, he is. Benavidez, he's not beating anybody. He's not beating anybody. Like, at least Callum Smith beat George Groves, who's a much better win than anything that, you know, Benavidez has fought no one. But yeah, all of a sudden, he's supposed to be the man that beats Canelo. I'm so irritated. I'm so frustrated. I feel like I repeat myself. Like, and it gets irritating because I feel like I have to justify. And when I get a lot of people message me on Instagram, on Messenger, not just me and Christian have some chat back and forth. It's always friendly. You know, we always have, but it's not just Christian. It's other people that sometimes leave messages on my Messenger, that leave messages on my Instagram, you know, saying that, oh, you're a Canelo fan. But no, I say how it is. If Canelo, look, when Canelo was going to fight Makabu, if Canelo fights Makabu, I ain't going to be happy with that. I call it real. I like Canelo. I think Canelo's one of the best fighters out there. I like the fact that Canelo gives me good fights. He's fighting Bivol next. I'm happy with that. If Canelo fights Beterbiev, I'll be happy with that. But if Canelo fights somebody that I don't really want to see, I won't be happy. But the point is that why the constant criticism of this man's resume? Name me one guy that's got a resume like Canelo in boxing. Name me one guy. Name me one person that's got a resume like Canelo. Name me one fighter. Just one fighter. You wouldn't be able to, because there isn't a fighter in boxing today that's got a resume. I don't care. You can go through anybody's resume and trash it. I can go through anybody's resume. I can go through Floyd's resume, Pacquiao's resume. I could go through everyone's resume and trash their resume if I wanted to. But I don't do that. What's the point of doing that? Because if I'm going to trash their resume, then I need to go through Benavidez's resume. Then I need to go through Andre's resume. Then I need to go through Charlo's resume. Then I need to go through everyone's resume. And there's not much there on their resumes. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like people will trash Canelo's resume, and Christian's quick to go through Canelo's resume. But what about going through Charlo's resume? What about going through Andre's resume? What about going through David Benavidez's resume? What about the fact that they're not fighting one another? Why are they not fighting one another? Why is David Benavidez not fighting Andre? Why is Charlo not fighting Andre? But nobody wants to talk about that. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Charlo and Andre aren't they champions at middleweight? They've now moved up to 168. So what's going off? Like, why is Canelo getting blamed? I feel like this is the same situation. Like, I don't get it. I feel like Canelo's getting blamed for them not getting big fights. But like Canelo says, why are you waiting for me? Fight each other. He's right. Fight each other. Why are they why is everyone waiting for Canelo? Why are you waiting for Canelo? I don't understand it. Take your own initiative. Fight each other. Give the fight fans the fights that fans want to see. We don't want to see you fight Lemieux. We don't want to see you fight, even though I am interested in the Lemieux fight with Benavidez. But I don't want to see Charlo fight Montiel. I want to see Andre fight Benavidez. I want to see Benavidez fight Charlo. I want to see all these guys mix it up. That's the fight. That's the fight the fans want to see. But the problem is, it's these guys think they're the best. So they're saying Canelo's not fighting the best, even though Canelo's fighting a light heavyweight champion. When was the last time Benavidez fought a champion? When was the last time Andre fought a champion? When was the last time Charlo fought a champion? When was the last time these guys fought champions? When was the last time that these guys were unifying a division? When was the last time these guys fought anybody that we consider an elite fighter? Nobody. And how can you criticize Canelo's resume when they haven't even got a resume to criticize? It's absurd for me. It's absurd, man. It's absurd. I don't defend Canelo. I don't defend Canelo because if Canelo was to do something that I don't like, I'll come out in here and I'll be the first one to criticize. I just speak the truth. Do you understand? Like, I'm pretty sure if I was to say something against Canelo, when Canelo does something in the future, like, some of you will attack me. But the thing is like, at the end of the day, I say what I feel. I say what I think's the truth. I have no, like, I do like Canelo. I'll give you that. I do like Canelo. But when I talk about him, I'm talking facts. I'm talking facts. Look, I made a video about Khan and Brook, and you guys know what Amir Khan means to me. And I clearly said that I think Amir Khan should retire. He gets battered by Kell Brook if he fights again. Because I say what I feel. I say the truth. I don't just make things up or talk nonsense. I just say what I feel. I'm speaking truthful. It's really irritating for me. It's like people... Like, I don't know why there's this narrative built up against Canelo. I don't care what it's about, but I feel like for you to continually criticize Canelo and not give Canelo credit for what he's doing in the sport is wrong. It's absurd. He's fighting Bivol next. That's a very, very hard fight. That deserves praise. That deserves credit. Not he's fighting a cherry pick, he's fighting a Euro guy. No, that guy's a great fighter. Bivol is a great fighter. And Bivol beats Benavidez. He beats Charlo. And he beats Andrade. Those guys won't even go near Bivol. They wouldn't even go near Bivol. I guarantee they wouldn't even go near Bivol. He's that dangerous. It's easy to say, oh, well, he's not fighting the best. Well, then fight Bivol then. It's easy to say, oh, well, Canelo's not fighting the best. Fight these guys then. Go, if Benavidez is that great, go and fight Beterbiev at 175. Go and fight Beterbiev. If Benavidez is so confident that he does this, then go fight Beterbiev. Move up to 175. Go fight Makabu at cruiserweight. This is what I mean. It's like Canelo's getting constantly criticized for everything he does, and it's never right. But yet these guys can fight whoever they want, and then have the cheek to criticize Canelo constantly. It's embarrassing. It's like they constantly criticize Canelo's moves, but they're not even willing to fight. They're fighting second, third tier guys. Their fights are against second, third tier guys. Yet Canelo's getting himself out there fighting Bivol. Bivol's a monster. Like, Bivol's a great fight. He's a monster. You know, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know what to make of it. What do you guys think? Leave the thoughts. Let me know what you think. It's irritating. It's frustrating. Yeah, it is what it is. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.